Nobody wins when the family feels.
Give it in 31 plus years of this job, this ranks up there with one of the crazier ones I've heard.
And we begin with breaking news out of the west side of Detroit, where 5 family members have been sent to the hospital, all of them with gunshot wounds. Detroit police say there was a fight between family members and then things escalated into a full-on shootout.
You're my worst enemy. You know, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.
This is one of the most difficult weeks for the family of London Thomas, the 17-year-old known for her big personality and passion for all things hair.
She's this big, but she ate this big.
For a teen from Inkster, the search party made up of family and friends working to find this young person who vanished, apparently without a trace, a week ago. Fox 2's Scott Wolchek has more on their unrelenting push to bring London Thomas back home.
I don't wish this on no one. It's the hardest thing I ever had to do in my life.
This is real. I just ask everybody to continue to, be supportive. With her mom, myself. I know there's been people all over the news and things of that nature. London, has one dad. Her dad's name is Damon Thomas.
Fam, I'm gonna say this out the gate. This video going to get a part 2. No ifs and buts about it. Now we're going about this story a little different. I took more time than normal to even do my research. Today we're going to the D, Detroit, where recent reports in the last 48 hours is that a family had a shootout between each other. A fight took place, led to 5 people getting shot, a gun was brandished, a person was shot, leading to another family member brandishing a firearm and using it. And I said to myself, what can truly take place for a family to shoot at each other? And all the local news was reporting that allegedly an older woman had lost her life. So I wanted to do my research, try to find out who was that older woman, pay our respects and share this story. But I found out so much more, and quite frankly, found out more than I was expecting. Now this story is about to take a turn, and truly fam, I don't know exactly which way and why, but it's important that I give you guys the facts that I discovered doing my homework. Essentially, I looked up the owner of that home, the names associated with it, and I started to look up each individual. Long and behold, I identified a man who, in this same time frame, associated with that same house, who's been looking for his daughter for over a week. Allegedly, she's 17 years old and was last seen with the older gentleman. And then the story got even more crazier, because I remember seeing that person, right? As a news media, I try my best to look at news everywhere. And I remember seeing this teen being talked about. But that wasn't the same guy who was identifying himself as her dad on the news. Of course, we got stepfathers. But the alleged biological dad had went live and briefly spoke on that, which we'll later check out. Now, if you got confused, fam, I did too. It's my job here today is not to come to conclusions, but basically present what I gathered while doing my research for this story. As mentioned, an update will come. I reached out to not only the alleged biological dad, but also the man who claims to be the dad on the news. I waited 24 hours and they got on social media and asked for help to bring awareness to her daughter's story. And I wanted to bring my platform to help do that. Essentially, I'm sure someone will reach out after part 1. But nonetheless, today we go over this story. We pay our respects. Keep in mind, we only speak on what's public and not jump to conclusion. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're going to jump right to it. Over this past weekend, a family fight leaves 5 people shot, hospitalized in Detroit, Michigan. 2 brothers are in critical condition, and at least 3 other family members were shot after an altercation in the 14,500 block of Sussex Street. Now, the Assistant Chief Charles Fitzgerald of the Detroit Police Department said the 2 brothers were arguing over a family matter when they got into a fight. And somehow, shortly after, a narrative was pushed by a family member, allegedly, who called Fox 2 in Detroit and said that 2 brothers were fighting over something to do with their mother, who had died earlier in the day. Fox 2 or the family TV could not confirm or deny those allegations. But according to the chief, he said during the fight, a gun fell out of one of the brothers' waistband. The other brother picked it up and opened fire. He said that another family member didn't return fire to defend the first brother who was shot. 2 people, including a brother who was taught to be the original shooter, have been arrested. Fitzgerald also said they were, quote, still sorting out the rest, end quote. Preliminary information shows that the younger brother was shot in the chest and the older brother was shot in the right shoulder. Both are listed in critical condition. 3 women were also injured. They were also shot and are in temporary serious condition.
This ranks up there with one of the crazier ones I've heard.
And we begin with breaking news out of the west side of Detroit, where 5 family members have been sent to the hospital, all of them with gunshot wounds. Detroit police say there was a fight between family members and then things escalated into a full-on shootout. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Hillary Goulston.
And I'm Dave Spencer. We are learning more now about the conditions of those multiple victims. Fox 2's Camille Mary joins us live from the scene. Camille, so much to unpack here. Where to start?
Yeah, 2 people, though, are critical condition and 3 in temp serious. But let's talk about what happened. Let's rewind the clock back to yesterday. And that's what led up to all this. Is a family member died after a long-term illness. She was an elderly woman. And then today, all the family members were together trying to discuss logistics after a passing, what to do as far as funeral arrangements go, where to have the body taken, when all of a sudden chaos broke out. A physical altercation, then a shooting. We know right now, as I said at the top, that 2 people, 2 brothers in their 50s in critical condition, and then 3 women who are also family members. One of them, the wife of one of the brothers, and then also a niece who was in her 20s, also in the hospital. Now, the Assistant Chief Fitzgerald talks about this way better than I can, so I want you to listen to what he has to say in his own words.
Sounds like it started with the 2 brothers in a physical altercation. Gun falls out of the one brother's waistband. Another brother picks it up, fires a shot. Others return fire to defend that person. And even when the original officers, the responding officers arrived at scene, they were still fighting on the front lawn. One of the family members had a broom, hit another family member with the broom.
Okay, so right now we know that there was also a person who was inside the house. This all happened outside, but who was inside the house, who is suffering from a stroke, who is recovering from that. Police worried that he could have maybe been hit in this, but he's okay. And then also a bullet hit another house. Luckily, no one was hit. Right now, it's kind of a hectic situation because someone walked up. He actually walked up to us first and then to police because he's trying to get to his house back there. He's screaming at police. Police are trying to get him to calm down. He doesn't appear to be related to all of this, but still kind of adding to the stress and the chaos of this scene. But for now, that's what's going on. Of course, we're going to stay on top of this and bring you the latest information as soon as we get it. Reporting live, Camille Mary, Fox 2 News.
Yeah, Camille, whenever you're dealing with these domestic situations, we know emotions can run high. Do we know if the family members who were not injured are cooperating with the investigation at this point?
Well, again, interesting. And also, too, I didn't even tell you where this was. This is in Detroit, Sussex and Linden. Again, I apologize for kind of the chaos. You can probably hear the screaming behind me. But we do know that one of the people arrested, a woman, is also believed to be a family member. But who shot who? One of the people who shot is in the hospital, but police still trying to sort it all out. Just a very chaotic, messy scene. And again, this with this neighbor arguing with police is not helping matters at all.
Yeah,
Dave and Hillary, back to you.
We know this happened a few hours ago, and it's still an ongoing investigation. So we'll
Now here's where I say things took a turn when doing my research for this story. I waited 24 hours. I wanted to see a woman being reported deceased in Michigan. I didn't find that. So I decided to look up the tax records and who was associated with this home, which is also public records. And one of the names associated with that home is 48-year-old Damon Thomas. So then I decided to look up any public information on this Damon Thomas. Now it's a broad name, but after going on social media via Facebook, I was able to find a Damon Thomas by the same age with the name spelled the same way, also from Detroit, Michigan. And while that incident went on, 24 hours prior, he mentions coming to Detroit. He also mentioned he is the father of a teenager who's been missing for a little more than a week now from the time of me doing this video, which I found crazy. And if we're not doing assumptions, I'll let you guys make sense of, is that a clear indication on why family will even shoot at each other? And possibly the reason the family TV didn't get a response from neither the biological dad or the dad who was claiming to be the dad via the news of this 17-year-old young girl who we'll later discuss. And on top of that, they has yet to make an appearance or post via social media. Now, the father also spoke on the man who was claiming to be her dad. Now, before we even play that and elaborate on this story, at this point, we still has yet to make an assumption. I'm telling you all public facts. Now, earlier in the week, a mom had went to Facebook and said the following. You see this stuff on the news, and never in a million years did we ever think we would exactly hit home. As of yesterday morning, my stepdaughter went missing. She was last seen with her boyfriend at his mom's house in Inkster. Her phone is being pinged from a field in Westland. Please repost. Contact the police. If you see her, we are worried sick and family wants her home. Please help. Now, shortly after, I don't know if this was the biological mom or the stepmom in this news clip, but someone who said they was this young girl mom has spoke up, and he said that the biological dad also went to the police. We don't know if the guy who was next to the biological mom, the guy they was referencing to as the biological dad, because if so, that would be 3 men who's claiming to be her dad. Check out this news clip.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.
This is one of the most difficult weeks for the family of London Thomas, the 17-year-old known for her big personality and passion for all things hair.
She's this big, but she ate this big.
April 5th, around midnight, is the last time her mother says she saw London. The teen ended up going to an older sibling's house to fix her hair. Hours later, the sister reportedly took her to a home in Inkster.
She didn't receive a call saying, hey, come get me, and that her phone was pinging some weird place in some park.
Around 10 Saturday morning, they say London's phone pinged in Westland. That's when her mother and biological father went to local police.
And then I also went to Detroit because we live in Detroit.
Her family tells me they've searched high and low for the teen. They say she did have a boyfriend, but still, no leads have led them to finding London.
Nobody has accused anybody of anything, not our family. Yeah. We just want her home. If anybody's pointing fingers, it's people online.
So shortly after, a man who identified as Cedric Salisbury had went to Facebook and said London is his daughter. And a little more than 48 hours ago, he made a post quoting, the search to find London will start noon tomorrow at Copper Upper Elementary School, 28550 Ann Arbor Trail, Westland, Michigan. We need many people as possible to help find her. Please share. Now, he was the only guy who allegedly had her location. He shared the picture on where her last location was allegedly shared at, which was behind a school, which is also the place of a cemetery. Now, if you thought that was strange, another comment was made that he didn't respond to. Hi, I wanted to report a possible sighting of your daughter. April 10th, around 2 p.m., I spotted a young woman who looks almost identical. She was alone on foot in Middle Belt Road between Child Box gas station on Michigan Ave and the old rec center. She seemed scared or nervous and was looking over her shoulders a lot. She was wearing a white or beige hoodie with multicolored spotted pajama pants. I have not seen her since, but it's been on my mind. I contact Inkster police, but I'm not sure if they had a chance to inform you. But the day before, Cedric had appeared on a news clip leading a search in that area to help find London.
For a teen from Inkster, the search party made up of family and friends working to find this young person who vanished, apparently without a trace, a week ago. Fox 2's Scott Wolchek has more on their unrelenting push to bring London Thomas back home.
I don't wish this on no one. It's the hardest thing I ever had to do in my life, but we're not gonna stop looking.
A father's desperate search for his daughter, 17-year-old London Thomas, who was last seen Saturday the 5th. Family and friends scouring through woods, through wetlands, through abandoned trailers.
Not back here. However, there's empties up that way.
Focusing on the areas near Cooper Elementary School in Westland, where her father, Cedric Salisbury, says her phone last pinged. What are your thoughts on this place? I mean, there's a lot of woods, there's a river.
lot of Royal Cemetery. It's definitely creepy. I think we just need to step up the search even more.
London was last seen April 5th on Carlisle Street in Inkster. Salisbury says she may have been visiting an older man.
I personally don't know, but from my understanding, she was talking to a much older guy, and she was a minor. And ever since that, we have no more clues or any details. but that was the last person she was known to be seen with.
Inkster police investigating alongside Detroit Police's missing persons unit. Fox 2 saw numerous police vehicles on Carlisle on Friday. As for this father and these volunteers, they plan to continue searching and praying for answers for
as long as it take, as long as maybe we can find some updates or leads or anything. People might know something, they can come talk to me personally. We're gonna just keep the efforts going as long as we can.
In Westland, Scott Walczak, Fox.
After seeing that news clip, Damon, the guy who was associated with that address, he went to his Facebook a little more than 72 hours ago and said the following, live.
I'm sorry, I went live and then I believe it cut off, but I was just, my daughter been on my head heavy. She's been missing for a week now, and I know the Most High is going to see to it that things happen, things get done. It's His will. I just ask everybody to continue to, be supportive. With her mom, myself. I know there's been people all over the news and things of that nature. London, has one dad. Her dad's name is Damon Thomas. And I appreciate anybody that's willing to help. I will be coming to Detroit soon. I thank everybody for sharing posts, whether in Detroit or out here in Vegas. Thank everybody. And I just wanted to take the time to read the prayer of Manasseh for London, and I will continue to read the prayer of Manasseh every night to her return and beyond. So, I don't want to say much, but I do want to read this prayer.
Now let's be clear, fam. We don't know if the two connect. We just know 2 + 2 = 4, and I'm presenting what's public and showing you how upon my research. Now, if it's not connected, it's definitely a coincidence, and it's a damn good one if you ask me. Especially knowing we have yet to get a response. No one has yet said anything on social media after posting almost every day. And honestly, the main concern is the 5 people who got shot and the 17-year-old who's now missing. If I would have told you guys anything but the facts, it would have been confusing than it already is. I'm sending love and prayers to everyone involved. As more developed, I will give you guys an update. You can bet it. But fam, this was the story of a family of brothers who shot at each other, leaving 5 shot. As of now, they all survived, thank God. Sending love and prayers their way and praying for a speedy recovery. But upon doing my research, the home where this took place at was associated with a man who has been missing his biological daughter allegedly for more than a week. It's crazy that all this is parallel to each other, but it seems like that's where we stand today. Let me know you guys' thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and today, fam, I'll catch you guys on the next one.